subscribe to the Donnie Houston podcast, man. Yeah, man, it's going down this Donnie Houston podcast. I am Donnie Houston. Check it out, man. We got a special guest, you know what I'm saying? You know, this show is all about the culture, the foundation, the history, you know what I'm saying? All the things and the people and the important places and things and events that happened that built this city, you know what I'm saying, as we know it. And today's guest, man, solidifies that, man, you know what I'm saying? As a original OG coming out of Fifth Ward, you know what I'm saying? As someone who was able to see the whole thing of this whole idea of rap-a-lot coming together, you know what I'm saying, from day one, man. I'm honored to have him here, man. OG Spook, what's going on?
And it's an honor and a pleasure to be here. And just to for you to say what you're saying, you know, it make me feel good just to know that I'm a part of whatever have happened in our culture in hip-hop in Houston. Because we done came a long way if you look back at what's going on in Houston as a culture.
Yeah. I mean, you was there from day one.
Yeah. I remember the day when Jay was talking. He said, "Man, I'm gonna start a record label."
This y'all just kicking it one day, and this what he come to the table with.
Yeah, and we all just sitting around, and this was his idea and his brainchild. But then I knew that, me personally, I ain't know nothing about the music industry. And that was one of my things in my head. I was like, man, that's something we ain't never. He said, man, it's a lot of things we ain't never done before. And since it was his vision, then it was my duty to, you know, help provide whatever he needed to help get that done, because all us come from the streets, and my thing was I always loved the streets. So my part of I took on the street promotion part of the label, even though when they was in the studio and in offices and I was still in the streets, when I got my hands on posters, flats, cassettes, CDs, flyers. At the time I had a lounge and a car wash. So I promoted the music through my lounge and through my car wash. If people get their car wash, I put a cassette in their cassette deck and leave posters, flats, and stuff in their car. And I was doing stuff, and really, man, didn't even know.
Didn't realize you was doing promotion.
Yeah. I ain't realize I was doing promotion. But then once I started seeing everybody in the hood playing rap-a-lot music, I knew then. I said, man, we doing something. And we ain't, at the time, we wasn't even fooling with radio. But then, you know, if it was a cafe, if I had something in my car, I just really focused on cafes and, you know, no-name DJs. And I wasn't even focusing on name DJs like today. They'll have to ask for the music before they got it.
Yeah, I was focused on the people.
That's how we sold music. We sold music more to the streets than anything else. Our music was sold to the streets, and, you know, we made people come aboard. You know, they came aboard because they was hearing it and not knowing where to get it from, until Jay opened up an office and started doing mail-outs. You know, getting, you know, hot club wax, then you're getting the record pools and the retailers and, you know, DJ pools that's on different lists and doing mail outs. So, you know, that's how that came about once they start getting that. And our main focus, really, another thing, was college radio. You know, back then, college radio, they didn't want records that the mainstream was playing. The mainstream was playing it, they ain't want it, because they liked the breaking records themselves. So, you know, that was our focus, college radio in the streets and clubs and cafes and car washes and liquor stores, barbershops, beauty shops. Anywhere our people hung out at, that was our focus. You know, we ain't really focused on radio, because if you look at radio today, they ain't never showed rap-a-lot no love.
Yeah. Well, the 90s a little bit, but yeah, for the most part, it kind of been,
But we done had some big records.
Yeah.
You know, and I know some hit records that came through there that's supposed to been some national records, and, you know, they'll get the records, and for some reason, we'll get more. We'll still go gold and platinum in the streets.
Man, tell me this, because when he came to y'all, like you say, like y'all didn't know nothing about music, like for the most part, everybody was kind of just street guys and just doing their thing. Did you see this as a way of like, okay, I can do something legit, change my life, whatever? Or you was just kind of like, this my boy, he want to do this, we gonna do it?
Oh yeah, cause man, you got to always have an exit plan. You can't stay in the streets forever, and we already knew that. And at the time, like I say, I was probably 22 years old and had a cafe and a car wash.
And I was getting that money.
Yeah, at the time.
Yeah.
So I was a youngster, but then I was being groomed by older cats. They'll tell you like today, older cats. I don't think they telling youngsters what we was being told.
So they telling y'all, hey, you doing this, but you can't do this for too long.
Yeah,
You got to come up with another plan. You got to start thinking.
Yeah, and so how I really started looking at his vision is when Too Much Trouble, the Baby Ghetto Boy, used to be in there rehearsing out in my spot all the time, and I was looking at them like, man, these little dudes in my way. Every time I come in here, they rapping. They got all the equipment set up, and they rapping. So I was like, took them to Jay, man, there go a group. And I'm saying to myself, they're in my way, not seeing what he see at the time. But then as you sit back and then you start seeing that the fruit start to be bared, then you be like, man, I need to change this thing up, because like I say, you can't stay in the streets forever. So that's when it started going to the office.
So what year is this when you bring Too Much Trouble to him?
Man, it had to be about 89.
Oh, before Mind Playing Tricks and all that.
Oh yeah, way before Mind Playing Tricks. Cause when I had this place, this had to be 87, 88, 89. I know it wasn't 90. So this had to be about 88, 89 when I introduced Too Much Trouble to Jay, and I never seen what he was gonna do with them because they were too much trouble. But he started calling them the Baby Ghetto Boys because they had a white midget boy knowing in their group. So he started calling them the Baby Ghetto Boys. So I kind of stayed down low on the management side with them. And so
is this you kind of coming into the fold now at this point?
Okay, that's when I started kind of seeing the vision, because like I say, at first, when ain't no money coming in, you got to keep your money coming in. And people think that money started just rolling in when it did, man. It took us at Rap-A-Lot, man, at least before we start seeing some real money at 5, 6, 7 years into the game. And it wasn't no easy task, wasn't no overnight.
Donnie Houston.